Lovely, 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 beautiful Monday morning, the last Monday in the month of September. And if today's your birthday, happy birthday to you. And if you get paid, because payday just gone, you know. And I know a lot of
some
us...
people get paid last day of the month.
Yeah, and some people have not getting paid, have not yet got paid. So, yeah, they might check them pay stub. And we look at the things and we come out and say, that's so much for that. Education tax, NHT, NIS, this, that, and the tidder. I got to tell you. Well, guys, in this introductory session to understanding our pay stubs, Sir Carlton will provide a foundational understanding of the Jamaican tax system, focusing on the various types of taxes that impact employees. Now, we will learn what these taxes fund and how they directly affect our take-home pay. Back from his vacation, like he never left.
Workation.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, that's why he did a workation episode.
Back from his workation. I was working. But I was saying a while ago, what to do over Friday.
Yeah,
Friday need a redo, so I can be here.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think we can have a do over back. Like, you can say, all right, Cree, can we do it over?
Press play and go again.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we are here this morning nonetheless, and as you made mention, we're discussing taxes this morning. It's an introductory session because over the next 2 or 3 episodes of the Money Masterclass, we'll be finding out how it is that we can maneuver and learn and know about our pay slips, etc., and taxes overall. But you may ask the question, how does this affect me and my money? Taxes, really? But we'll walk through that this morning. So, taxes, taxes, and more taxes. Nobody likes to pay taxes. Nobody don't want to hear about taxes because guess what? It is you losing money. But what is taxes really and truly? What are taxes? It's a mandatory payment collected from an individual, from a company that is paid over to a government entity to fund government activities. So if you are living in a country, you, especially for example like Jamaica, you are mandated to pay some of these taxes over to the government so the country can be properly run, all right? So it's the main revenue stream for a government to run the country. Just to note that for me, please. But there are different types of taxes. You have direct taxes and you have indirect taxes. And you may ask, so what's the difference between direct and indirect? Listen up. Direct taxes, these are levied directly on your income or your earning. So for example, you get your pay, and when you look at your pay slip, you get $100,000 or 150, but you realize 150 did not hit your bank account. The check never say 150. You ask, but hold on, am I being scammed? Hold on, no, you're not being scammed. You have just paid some taxes. So before, sometimes you even get the money in your hand, the government take out for them piece of the money, and that's direct taxation. All right? So some of those direct taxes are like your income tax, and we'll walk through those in subsequent lessons so you can understand. You have your corporate tax, so like entities. So once you make your profit, for example, you must reserve that corporate tax, take it out, because the government is coming for that money. You have your withholding tax, and for persons who do like their investments, for example, when you get your interest on that money, Miss Kitty or Dennis, if you get $100,000 as interest from an investment, a portion of that money is paid over to the government. That is withholding tax. So even from your investment, you are paying that as well. You have indirect taxes.
Sorry, Carlton, are we going to go into why?
We're going to go into why and the details. Not in this class. We're introducing it this morning. Foundation this morning.
All right,
so for every area. So if you save, so you get your salary, it is taxed. You invest that salary, the interest from that is also taxed. And you may be asking, what on earth am I paying so much taxes for? You have indirect taxes. So something, and that is really, it is levied through goods and services. So it's not direct, like you get a
like your GCT.
Like your GCT, like custom duty. So when you buy things online, sometimes, yes, and your ship it comes through. And over a certain amount, government take a portion of that because it's a custom kind of duty. You have property tax. It's not direct. So if you own a property, the government have two. You have the property tax, which is about 0.5 to 1.5% of the appraised value. So when they value it, they say, here what? 0.5% of that value are my money. And you have to pay that annually. All right? You have the stamp duty. So for example, Dennis owns a piece of property, and he's transferring it over to Miss Kitty.
Yes, transfer it.
No, let me go again.
I'm here for
Miss
that.
Kitty
I
owns
like
the
that.
property. Because I'm off to them. The men who want property too.
I like the first way.
one.
I like the first way.
Who wants some
That's
property?
the way.
Yes.
That
So when
way.
you're transferring the property over from
Yeah.
one party to another, that transfer tax,
right.
the government earns from that.
So
as
hold
well.
on, come again. Property tax is a percentage of the value.
Of the appraised value.
Yes.
That
So-
you, the home owner or property owner, needs to pay annually.
Right.
So if you buy a piece of land, you pay your property tax this
Yes.
year. Then by next year, you build a little starter home on it. The value go up. The property tax gone up.
Yes.
And then when you add on the house, it gone up again.
Yes, but the good thing is not market value. It's government
Yes.
appraised value.
Okay,
Yeah, so
okay.
government generally has a much lower value
Yes.
than what the market is up for.
Okay,
Much
okay,
lower.
okay,
Right,
All right,
right.
so you
So
don't
like
have to
your
worry.
$200 million property.
Listen to me now,
dog.
Mark.
Hey.
It's a much higher tax
Hey.
than maybe your 190. Property, you see that? All right, we're in the same bracket
I
right
like the
here.
richness. You see
We
that,
love
guys?
that.
The
Wonderful.
wealth is permeating the
And it is
studio.
running through this
And it's running
morning.
through the cameras
So
as
people
well.
transfer properties,
Yeah.
people are
Touch
praising
it on
properties.
the screen this
Yeah,
morning.
man,
Touch it.
claim the
Reach
property
out.
this morning. Amen. You may ask, but Carlton, why do you need to collect these taxes?
Yeah.
The reality is, as a country, invest in human capital.
Yes.
So if it is that you are a government employee, for example, you're paying the ministers, you're paying the teachers, you're paying the doctors, you're paying, public sector persons, how are they going to be paid?
Yes.
Through the taxes.
Yes.
Infrastructure development, your road,
Yes.
bridges, light posts, anything infrastructure-wise, how are those going to be built and maintained? Through the taxes. You may ask about provision of services, health care,
Yes.
education, the decks, the book, the chair, the medicine, the hospital bed, all of those things are covered through your taxes.
Yes.
But how does that impact me and my money really and truly? Because bottom line, it comes down to you and your money. When you go home at night time, how do you afford certain things? Number one, it reduces your take-home pay. Because the reality is you're working for $200,000 and you're nasty $20,000 in your hand. You're not seeing that. So it impacts your personal money. Number two, it increases cost of living. Because the bread or something maybe for $200, but when taxes added on, it's now $350.
Yeah.
So cost of living is also increasing because of that. The gas that I put in your car, it may be taxed.
Yes.
So you're paying a little bit more for that. Number three, saving and investment. So you invest your hard-earned money, and guess what? The interest is also taxed. It is impacting you and your money. And lastly, financial planning purposes. You buy a piece of property for a long-term investment for your child, for your son. And when you transfer it over, guess what?
Yeah,
you
the
pay a
stamp
tax
duty,
as
murder.
well, stamp duty as well. And for retirement, the rate and stuff. So guess what, guys? We're just getting started on this taxation kind of thing over the next few episodes. So tune in this morning, get your pay slip next week, because we're going to delve down into now how can you understand how it is laid out, what's coming out, and are there any errors? You need to check the pay slip
Yeah.
sometimes, because
Check
there are
it,
errors
yeah.
in them. How it
Yeah.
is calculated, but you don't want to miss it. So I'll see you next week. As we
I
Right.
like that.
All
And,
right,
and
I like
also,
it.
and also, Denise, to Thursday, not
Oh,
next
Thursday,
week.
yeah,
Thursday.
pick up on
Carlton,
Thursday, yes.
hello, come on now.
come on.
Come on.
We want you back. We want you
Monday.
back.
It's Monday.
But Denise, also too, Carlton, well, normally you look at your pay stub and you see these deductions. How do we know if it's really going where it's supposed to go?
Well.
Because a lot of people have said that, when them retire and them NIS, they not there, this
Was
not
buy
there, and
house,
it's not never
NHT,
pay over.
house, and
You
all
know
this.
what I mean?
Your statutory deductions.
Deductions.
Yes.
How do we know?
Well,
Is there a way that we can check?
I'm sure he'll have a
Yeah.
we've got to
masterclass
Yeah.
for the business people paying over the deductions.
Taxes.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much, Carlton.
Thank you.
That's why people must go out and vote.
Yeah.
Because you pay plenty taxes. Generally speaking, not just today. Did someone say soapy,
Hey.
Sunriser stirs the soup pot
Yes.
this morning? Bulby.
Yes.
Bulby on the
Bulby.
flip side.
Bulby. You know what I
Scoop in
mean?
the morning.
You have to burp and say manners. Burp.
Thank you,
Manners.
Jesus.
Belch off the crosses.
Hey.
Hey. Belch
Stay
them
with
off.
us. We're coming back.